Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, renewed diplomatic engagement between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela has revived hopes that long-delayed cross-border gas projects could move closer to reality. However, economist and former Energy Minister Caroline Sipasad-Bechan said improved government-to-government relations are only the first step, warning that commercial, legal, and geopolitical hurdles must still be overcome before projects such as Dragon and Lauren Manatee can deliver meaningful benefits. The renewed engagement follows an exchange of letters between Prime Minister Kamala and Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, after T&T mounted a humanitarian response to the earthquakes that struck the neighboring country in June. Give credit when credit is due. That was a job well done by the Kamala administration. Since then, more than 230 tons of relief supplies have been delivered to Venezuela, while T&T has also facilitated vaccine shipments and approved overflight requests for humanitarian missions. The diplomatic exchanges have renewed discussion over whether closer relations could help advance cross-border gas developments at a time when T&T continues to grapple with declining natural gas production. Now, the thing about it is, sadly, earlier this year, I did believe when Queen Cam's Tyrant Cam said, "We don't need the Dragon gas deal. We don't need it." I really did believe that, but we are seeing time is passing, and we have insufficient production of natural gas. So it appears to be that the PNM was right about that, though. We do, in fact, need the Dragon gas deal, at least for now. We do definitely need it. Okay? So I was wrong about that, and I'm admitting it. I was wrong to believe what Kamala said. My goodness, I was wrong to believe so many things that what Kamala said. I really did, in fact, believe she was the same as the Prime Minister that she was back in the past. The diplomatic exchanges have renewed discussions over whether closer relations could help advance cross-border gas developments at a time when T&T continues to grapple with declining natural gas production. Sipasad-Bechan described this recent engagement as an important step. Yeah, definitely it is. Former minister in the Ministry of Finance, Mariano Brown, also viewed exchanges as positive but urged caution. It represents a thaw in relations and it represents goodwill, but it doesn't necessarily translate into a stronger relationship where energy is concerned. Exactly, because, I mean, come on, we can be at peace and whatsoever. But you think Delcy still wouldn't be thinking about all the really harsh statements made by Kamala earlier this year? I hope not. I hope that you could take it in your heart and realize, okay, it's for your own country's benefit as well. And let bygones be bygones. My response, though, tell our loudmouth warrior Prime Minister to stay quiet this time around. I've commended her a lot in the past for standing in solidarity with America. But I'm realizing more and more now that, especially because America plays a lot of games and they don't actually finish a job most of the times, and therefore this dictator is going to remain in office in Venezuela anyhow you take it. Learn to be a little more diplomatic, Kamala. Learn to stay out of people's business in the first place. You understand? When people ask you about the war against terrorism throughout the Caribbean, support that if you want. Support that if you want. But stop attacking and criticizing other people's countries, okay? Because you're getting our country in a lot of trouble, Kamala. And I'm realizing that more and more. I'm telling you, I'm not like other people outside here, though. I am willing to admit when I have made errors, when I have misjudged a situation. You see, I did believe that the U.S. was going to be a little stronger in there. No, I didn't really think as though it was very clear most likely Trump wasn't going to remove Delcy anyhow you take it. But at that point in time, I still believe it was important to stand extremely strong with America. And you can still stand in solidarity with America because we still need America more than Venezuela. But right about now, we need the Dragon gas deal as well, so you need to show them some more respect, Kamala. Some more respect, okay? You don't make deals with people by disrespecting them. You don't have to praise the government for being a communist government, a socialist government, or anything like that. You just need to be civil with them. So the U.S. has no intention of removing the communist Delcy from office, so try your best to keep your personal opinions private so that the relationship between both nations can now improve. You hear me, Kamala? Please stop it. Be quiet for once. You don't need to worship the socialist leader the way PNM patriots do, though. You don't. You don't. You don't need to defend autocratic styles of governance. Although right now you are behaving like a dictator too. So you don't need to worship the socialist leader the way PNM patriots do, but simply drink water and mind your business when it pertains to issues between America and Venezuela. Stay out of the people's business, please, Kamala.
Weather report for Trinidad and Tobago. On Saturday, July 25, 2026, conditions will be variably cloudy and breezy with scattered thunderstorms across Trinidad and Tobago. Daytime temperatures will reach a high of 27 degrees Celsius with a low of 24 degrees Celsius at night. Real feel heat index temperatures will feel like 30 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius due to high humidity. Winds will be blowing from the east to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour with higher gusts near showers. Mild Saharan dust concentrations will be present in the atmosphere throughout the day. The overall risk of rain is high at 70% with heavy downpours possible in localized areas. Open waters will be slight to moderate with waves from 1.0 meters to 1.5 meters in open areas and near calm in sheltered bays.
International news now. Israel's embassy in Canberra issued a rare public rebuke of Australia's ruling Labour Party on Monday, warning that a draft policy platform ahead of the party's national conference presents a one-sided view of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and unfairly places responsibility on the Jewish state, just like our mainstream media and a lot of countries in Europe only focusing on blaming Israel, even though Israel is only trying to protect their citizens from radical jihadist terrorists whose mission is to utterly destroy, whose goal is to totally destroy Israel, erase it off the face of the earth. The unusually direct criticism reflects Jerusalem's concern that Labour delegates could adopt a platform that sharply criticizes Israel while placing comparatively little emphasis on Hamas and the responsibilities of the Palestinian leadership. The conference is scheduled to take place later, was scheduled to take place later this week. I don't know what ended up happening to it though. The embassy respectfully submits that several elements of the draft platform risk placing responsibility for the conflict on one party while giving insufficient attention to the decisions, conduct, and continuing obligations of the Palestinian leadership and terrorist organizations such as Hamas, the Israeli embassy stated. The embassy further emphasized that Israel remains committed to a future in which Israelis and Palestinians live alongside one another in peace and security. People have been raising an alarm when it pertains to Australia for quite a while now. That radical leftist jihadist government has been persecuting their own people, and to an extent even persecuting or allowing persecution to take place against Israeli Jewish people in their country. When it pertains to living alongside each other, yes, Israel has been trying that for decades now, living alongside the Palestinians. The problem is with the Palestinians, they have been indoctrinated since childhood to despise Israelis, and they believe that it is their mission to grow up to become martyrs, to destroy or erase as many Israelis as possible. We will act with full force against the terrorists and those who dispatch them, and we will not allow terrorism in Judea and Samaria to rear its head, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rightfully said. An Israeli was killed and 3 others were wounded when a terrorist opened fire with a weapon stolen from a security man in the area near Havat Gilad in the greater Nablus area early on Friday morning. You're not going to hear that on CNC3. You're not going to hear that on most news outlets, especially locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, only on my small channel. According to the Palestinian Authority Health Ministry, 4 Palestinians, including the terrorist, were killed and 4 others were wounded in a subsequent exchange of fire. What those other people were doing there? Now, maybe it could be bystanders, could be, but a lot of these times, these terrorists have their supporters with them as well. Maybe those individuals were also terrorists. Time alone will tell.
Bible quote of the day. Psalm 7:6-8. God arises as the righteous judge. Arise, Lord, in your anger rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, decree justice. Let the assembled peoples gather around you, while you are seated on the throne over them. Let the Lord judge the peoples. Vindicate me, Lord, according to my righteousness, according to my integrity, O Most High.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.